What's up YouTube? In this video, I'm going to show you how to get your first paying client with no money. Hey guys, it's Ben. You know from the title exactly what we're going to be talking about today. I'm not even going to run the intro music, so let's get right into it. Keep in mind, I'm going to keep this extremely short, simple, and sweet. So you should watch from start to finish if you are one of those people that's ready to get your first client using no money. For the purposes of legalities, I am not an attorney, nor am I a CPA. So this video is for informational purposes only. All right, got that out of the way. With that being said, you can do business and you can get your first paying client without having any legal paperwork or registration. Think about this in terms of kids selling lemonade from lemonade stands. When you're talking about money under $12,000 in revenue, the IRS views this as hobby money. So it's not really something on their radar. They don't really care. You don't need an LLC, a business license, or registration of pretty much any kind. Once you get beyond that, yes, of course, you will need to get registered, get a business bank account, but for now, don't worry about it. Your first step to getting your client with no money is to get set up online. This mainly means to get your LinkedIn optimized to make yourself understood. Get your company name, your title, your headline, your experience, your bio, and you're pretty much good. A good profile picture and a decent cover photo for your LinkedIn go a long way, so make sure you add those as well. Again, we're starting off using the free version of LinkedIn, so no money spent. Bottom line, if you're legit on LinkedIn, you're legit to do business. Just smash the like button for that catchy little tip right there. Now your second step to finding your first client, paying client with no money is to find clients. Remember, clients always come before candidates. You cannot do a thing with a candidate until you have a client. So you must be all over finding a client before you deal with any candidates whatsoever. So now I'm going to go over a few ways that you can actually find paying clients. But keep this in mind. Finding a paying client quickly is definitely going to be in the general labor space. So we're talking about things like transportation, production line, warehousing, manufacturing, those sorts of blue collar jobs where you can get a client quickly, easily, have them pay you quickly and easily, and have all things go smooth. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind when you're looking to get your first paying client with no money spent. So now that I mentioned all these different company industries that will probably get you a client, let's talk about the strategies of actually finding decision makers that will sign a contract officially to make them a paying client for you. One of the easiest ways to find decision makers on LinkedIn is to send connections with notes. For instance, let's say you're looking for logistics decision makers. What you would do is type in logistics into the search bar. You would type in a 25 to 50 mile radius and you would get a ton of logistics people, right? Then you can go on and use further filters on LinkedIn to find their seniority level, to find, what they do and what type of decision maker they are. And then you can identify intelligently who you actually want to connect with and send a note to. Because the one thing you definitely don't want to do is waste your time. When all your mission is to find a client with paying no money, you want to remove all barriers of entry and simply make it quick, easy, and efficient. After you do this, you're going to have a huge list of authorities, of decision makers that can actually sign a contract for you, and you're going to want to connect with almost every single one of them. It's a numbers game, so you're going to want to go connect, and leave pretty much the same note for every single one of them. Who you are, what you do, how you can help them, and leave what's called a call to action. A call to action is simply a statement that prompts them to do something next. So, for example, it would be like, "Hi Bob, I would love to talk to you about your hiring needs. Are you available to chat briefly on Thursday?" This serves two purposes. One, it actually prompts them and obligates them to respond. It makes them feel more obligated to actually get back to you. But number two, it actually sets up an appointment. Like maybe they are available Thursday and maybe you are in the midst of setting up an appointment. Aside from straight up LinkedIn connections with notes, your next option would be cold email. Cold email is near and dear to my heart. It is my favorite strategy because it's so simple, it's so efficient, it gets straight to the point, and it's how I started my entire company to begin with. To actually use cold email, you need to have emails, right? So there are several Google Chrome extensions that will help you find emails while you are on people's LinkedIn profiles. Just to name a few, there are Lead Leaper, Lucia, and Swordfish. Now, some of these offer you free trials, like 100 credits or so, where you can get 100 emails, but then you have to pay. You have to pay a monthly premium, but you can get plenty of free emails before you have to pay. So have no fear. As long as you use these emails strategically by targeting the right profiles, you can get the right emails, send the right cold emails, and get the right decision makers. I've personally used all three of these Google Chrome extensions to find emails, and they produce really good emails, good quality emails that get responses. And some of them even produce phone numbers, like cell phone numbers, which you might definitely need if you're looking to get your first client paying zero money. Now let's say that you've used all these Google Chrome extensions to find a bunch of emails. Now you want to cold email all of these decision makers, but you don't know what to say. You don't have a good template of what to say to get them as a client. Have no fear, my friend. All you've got to do is go to the link in the description of this video, go to the 6-Figure Recruiter page, it's linked in the description, and simply message me on that page, send me your email, and I will send you a bunch of cold email scripts for free. I mean, can we just smash the like button just for the free templates? So if LinkedIn isn't working out and cold email isn't working out, your next mode of offense is cold calling your prospects. So you can do this in a couple of ways. You can find direct cell phone numbers or company numbers by using the Google Chrome extensions that we were discussing before, Lucia, Swordfish, as well as Lead Leaper. They provide numbers. You can find numbers there, or you can simply find company directory numbers. If you do manage to get on the phone with the decision maker, you're gonna wanna have a cool, calm elevator pitch, smoothed out, ready to go, and hopefully your client likes it. If they do like it, go deeper with them, ask more questions, talk about their needs, find their pain points, figure out what's keeping them up at night, go into all of the things that you can do for them solutions-wise, blah, 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 and then basically tell them what your terms are. Tell them something along the lines that you offer a 10 to 15% direct hire fee with a 30-day guarantee. If the stars aligned and your client loves your pitch and everything's good, simply tell them that you'll send them a contract over in 20 minutes or less, and once they sign it, you could begin sending over candidate resumes. Once again, if you do not have a contract ready to go to send over, go to the link in the description, go to 6-Figure Recruiter, the Facebook page, send me a message there with your email, and I will definitely send you free contracts that you can use for your first client. Listen, if absolutely none of those methods have worked yet, which is highly unrealistic, go to Indeed.com and search for companies that are already posting for jobs that they are hiring for. Seriously, this has proven to be an awesome way to generate leads for companies that are hiring 1, 2, 3, and even more positions at any given time. All you really have to do is act as if you're searching for a job. Type in an industry like logistics, type in your area, your geographic location, 25, 50-mile radius, and essentially just search and find companies that have posted positions. Try to make sure that they were posted within the past week or so that it's semi an urgent need potentially, and go from there. When you do find a company that looks good, take their name, put it into LinkedIn, and simply repeat the exact same process we talked about before. Search that company on LinkedIn for the decision maker, send them a connection with a note, and see if you can get a connection that way. Otherwise, use a Google Chrome extension to find a cold email for them and or a phone number. If you completely exhaust that method, which is totally hard to believe after all the methods that I've given you, you could also attend a real life networking event with real people. So this is just going to be a bunch of decision makers, job seekers, you name it, all networking together, possibly in a hotel lobby or some random conference room. Essentially, all you need to do is be prepared with a short elevator pitch, talk to a handful of random decision makers, give them your info, or better yet, get their info and connect with them later on. Did I mention we're still spending $0 on finding this first paying client? Great. So listen, at this point, I'm going to assume you are a complete ace in the hole champion, and you've landed a client, they've signed the contract, possibly the one that I've sent you. If you still need it, link in description, 6-figure recruiter Facebook page, and you've absolutely gotten your first client with 0 money spent. Next step is to start recruiting for the candidates that they need. So now that you're recruiting, there are 2 methods that are not going to cost you a dime to advertise your position. One would be Indeed, the other would be Facebook. Indeed, there is a way to post for free. I'm not going to get into it because it's slightly complicated, but Facebook is really simple. The way you go about finding candidates on Facebook is by using Facebook job seeker groups. These are groups with 5,000, 10,000 job seekers and advertisers. You're going to be one of the advertisers. So basically what you do is post your position, put everything in there, the wage, the hours, the benefits, the job description, everything someone would want to know if they're going to take this job, and how to contact you. One thing to remember is that just like finding clients, finding candidates is also an art. There's searching, interviewing, vetting, screening, basically finding the best talent for your client, and you do want to find the best talent for your client because you want to impress your client. Why? Because when you impress your client, they give you more job orders. So listen, that, my friend, is exactly how you find your first client with spending absolutely 0 money. When you do land that first client, I don't care if the fee is $3,000, $10,000, $15,000, or $20,000, you must reinvest in your business. Buy software, tools, resources, things that will make it half as easy to find new clients than it did this time around. So things I left out of this video are fees, contracts, and niches. And the reason I left those out is because they weren't entirely necessary to finding your first paying client with 0 money. If you are serious about starting your own recruiting agency, a 6-figure recruiting agency, and learning every single detail about fees, niches, contracts, and a whole lot more, hit the links in the description about my recruiting mentorship program, and I will get in touch with you about that ASAP. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as the alert button so you know every single time I come out with a new video. Until then,